Maybe I'm salty because I'm a Bengals fan and we never get any calls all the way. And we always got to deal with this horse crap of nobody protects our quarterback, but other quarterbacks in the NFL get this luxury of always being protected. Maybe I'm just a little salty because I'm a Bengals fan, but I'm really tired of this stupid flopping crap in the NFL. First off, it makes the NFL look worse. It makes the NFL look like a joke of an organization because you have professional athletes who barely get touched, who barely get hit on some plays, very certain select plays. They do get hit, don't be wrong. But like when they flop, I'm talking about. When I'm talking about when they're flopping, not normal plays. When they're flopping, they barely get hit or barely get touched on those plays. And they just fly over like it's WWE, and this is the craziest thing of all time. And even the announcers will come out and say, yeah, that player definitely flopped. You fans know it, announcers know it, the NFL knows it. And it's getting to a point now where it's just becoming tiresome. We're talking about the playoff game between the Chiefs and the Texans. And very, very high stakes on the market here. And as I said in my video earlier, I don't think that the refs dictated the outcome of this game. And hear me out on this one because a lot of people got confused by it. When I say dictated the outcome of a game, what I'm talking about is like week 2, Chiefs versus Bengals. It was a 4th and 13, and that pass interference call dictated the outcome of the actual game, right? It dictated the final outcome because we couldn't do anything. That PI call gave them a first down, and they kicked a field goal. Better example, Eagles Super Bowl versus the Chiefs. Same team, ironically enough. That holding call on James Bradbury, after that holding call, game was over. There's nothing the other team could do. So that's what I mean by dictated the outcome. Now, I believe in this game that the refs completely swayed the outcome of this game. They swayed how this game, they swayed how the outcome would happen, and they swayed the motion of this game because they took away 2 touchdown drives. And by doing that, you're swaying the outcome of the game. I just want to preface that because some people got confused. When I say that they decided the outcome, that's what I mean by that, right? After whatever the referee did, there was no chance the other team could win. And that's if there's a pass interference call at the end of the game. It's a 4th down call where maybe they get 2 third downs. Chiefs again. Like, that's what I mean when I say that the referees decided the outcome of the game. But as long as the other team has a chance, if it's a minute, 2 minutes, whatever, then I don't say that the refs decide the outcome. Because as long as the other team could technically go downfield and score, then that's, I think the refs swayed the outcome of the game. But it did not decide the outcome. That's one to go ahead and preface that because a lot of people got confused by the last video. So this right here, if you didn't see the play, Patrick Mahomes barely gets touched. He literally less than a shove from the Texans guy, and he's going to flop all the way to the ground. Everyone knows it's a flop. Everyone said it was a flop. Literally, the announcer said it was a flop. And it's a joke. But here's another problem with this play. Right? At the end of the day, yeah, it's a flop. But watch the Texans guy. He's going to push Patrick Mahomes, right? When he pushes Patrick Mahomes, is Patrick Mahomes on the white line? Because here's the thing. When it comes to a player on the white line, you're not allowed to hit them, shove them, whatever, because they're out of bounds. But as long as they're inside the field of play and they're not in the white line, automatically that means you can hit them, right? Well, let's slow this down, right? Feet in bounds. Player pushes Patrick, okay? You can see him pulling away from the player's hand. Okay, he's still in bounds. He is still in bounds. So he is still legally allowed to be hit. Okay. Patrick still hasn't touched the white line yet. He's still not technically out. And the player's hands are completely away from Patrick Mahomes. Meaning he got shoved while still in bounds. Now, we all know as football fans, running backs do not get any protection. They don't. running backs get absolutely nullified when they take off running. You take off running as a running back, and there's really anything that could happen to you, and the NFL does not care. Now, obviously, they protect the quarterbacks outside of Joe Burrow when we played the Ravens, and freaking face mask where they hit his face mask, hit him in the head, TJ Watt's hitting him after the play. The forever issues, right? Anyway, they protect quarterbacks, but this is, again, getting to a point where not only is it a flop, it's a missed call. There shouldn't be a penalty here. He is being pushed while still in bounds. The player's hand is not touching him when Patrick Mahomes is out of bounds. He is not touching him. So not only is this a flop, and not only is this dangerous for Patrick, actually, because he could have flopped and hurt himself in this play, it's not even a penalty. And again, like I said, the NFL needs to do something about these flopping. I get it, they love the Chiefs. I get it that Chris Jones, when they won the Super Bowl last year, hugged Roger Goodell, and Roger Goodell said, we did it, because he's a Chiefs fan as well. And that's not like conspiracy. He actually is a Chiefs fan. He was born and raised a Chiefs fan. So I understand, right? I understand that that's the situation. But if we take away anything from this season, anything at all, taunting should not be a penalty. Taunting being a penalty is the stupidest thing of all time. There should never be a freaking penalty for celebrating. Unless, okay, maybe Jameson Williams, maybe that should be a penalty because he did actually hump the ground. But outside of that, don't penalize taunting. And flopping needs to be taken out of the game. It needs to be. It's getting to a point now where it's ridiculous. Player touches another player, even barely touches another player. It automatically becomes that player goes flying, and now there's a 15-yard penalty. And they're teaching players, hey, listen, in this situation, if something happens, you get in a fight or an argument, and they touch you, just fly back and get a 15-yard penalty. It's stupid. It's honestly just stupid. Like, this just ruins the character of this game. It really does. Last thing I will say, because I did see somebody comment this, I do want to preface this by saying, the referees do not bet on the games, okay? Somebody said that. They said that the referees are betting on the games. Number one, that's highly illegal, okay? That's called insider trading, and that will put your butt in federal prison for a very long time. The NFL makes billions of dollars off DraftKings and FanDuel and all these other sports betting websites. They, in zero way possible, could the referees who have control of the game, who have control of everything, bet on any single game. So, the referees do not bet on any single game. They don't. What they do is, the NFL kind of gives them the side of, hey, listen, we want a more entertaining game, or we want a certain team in the playoffs. That the referees might be more swayed or pushed toward a certain direction based on that simple fact. But I do not believe in any way the NFL is paying, or the referees are paying, betting, whatever. They're not. Just simply not. Okay? Anyway, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.